their opponents making their way to the ring from the independent circuit and the smoke-filled arenas of yesteryear, the tag team combination of Matt Classic 2 and the reigning Animated Wrestling League Grand Champion, Matt Classic Senior. Together they are House Classic.
Welcome to the Battle Zone! Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Animated Wrestling League Strong and Free, Episode 9. We are 1 week away from Champions Week, and we're starting off with a tag team match to determine the number 4 contenders in the AWL Best 4. We're 1 week removed from that colossal, amazing, career-defining gauntlet tag team match that made the Tiger Brothers the top contenders on this brand. But right now, it's the other 2 teams that are tied for the top 2 win-loss records other than the Tiger Brothers, who will be competing for the last slot in the AWL Best 4 for the World Tag Team Division. Now, we also have an interesting dynamic here of student and teacher and teammates. Matt Classic Senior trained the new Classics, that's why they got the name. Lee Masters, Sammy Nix, brought together by Matt Classic back in Season 0 as the Technicos, they were called. They became the new Classics a little bit later. And of course, Matt Classic's son, Matt Classic 2, became an auxiliary member of the team. If you ever see the video of the new Classics as they enter, you will actually see the names Matt Classic and Matt Classic 2 still on their entrance video. Mostly because I'm too lazy to go back and edit it. Referee count up to 8 here on the outside, 20 count on the outside in the Animated Wrestling League. We may not always be in Japan anymore, but we do still use Japanese wrestling rules because frankly they're more interesting. Matt Classic now into a back break position, showing his former student, his graduate, that he still has a few tricks up his sleeve, even though he doesn't wear sleeves or elbow pads because he thinks they're for little girly men. And now going into the aeroplane spin, a move that for him can be a match ender. He reverses course, reverses the polarity of the neutron flow, and he was wrestling back when Sean Pertwee was still the Doctor, by the way. And down with sort of a Samoan drop, except he doesn't go down with it, but into the 1, 2, and barely as Lee Masters, the British openweight champion, get his shoulder off of the canvas. He has stated that he will be defending the British Openweight Championship over on AWL Hontai. We do have an open challenge scheduled for this coming Monday, so Lee Masters will be traveling to Japan. We've finally got the visa paperwork and all that sorted out. As part of that championship match, he will also be defending, if he still has the championship, he will be defending at Champions Week as well. And a tag mate, we're about to see some technical perfection. Boom! Vertical suplex, crossbody takedown by the new Classics, the Technicos, if you want to go real far back. And now the gut wrench suplex is going to go for the full hat trick. Sometimes it likes to end this after 2. He's going to go for the full 3, I think. Yes, he does. Hat trick suplex, subtype gut wrench by the suplex master, Sammy Nix, and the technical wizard, Lee Masters, looking to be in trouble on the corner there, barely recovering. Side slam. Not a full suplex there, but he likes to mix it up, going, oh, big back body drop counter out of what could have been a pile driver or a power bomb by Matt Classic Senior. And now German is going to stick with that. Yes, he is going to go for the hat trick again, I think. Hat trick suplex subtype German. Oh, beautiful suplexes by the suplex master. I hate calling Sammy Nix matches, I'll be honest with you, because he pulls out suplexes I've never heard of, and I have to frankly kind of make up the names as I go. In fact, I'm told he is one of only 3 living masters of the duck-billed platypus plex, though he has never used it in competition. Now, Sammy Nix in a bit of trouble. No blind tag from the partner here. I think that may be sort of a gentleman's agreement between the two of them. Lee Masters can't bear to look. Running drop kick right to the head by the world's heavyweight champion, the grand champion here in the AWL. And there we go. Down, down, down in a burning ring of fire goes Matt Classic Sr. And remember, pin the Grand Champion. That's going to put you into the title picture. We know that Matt will be defending the Grand Championship at Champions Week against a giant robot, basically. Project Tetsu 3.0 of the Augments. Irish whip into the corner. Sammy Nix makes the tag.
10 remain.
And a double suplex, technical perfection, double slingshot suplex. Back into the ring. Lee Masters now your legal combatant alongside Matt Classic 2. And another tag. That's interesting. An immediate tag. Keeping each other fresh, I guess. And a big backdrop. Is he going to go for a hat trick of backdrop? No, German. Backdrop to the German to, what is he doing now? Going vertical, I think. Yes, he does. A trifecta of suplexi. Or suplees, perhaps, if you want to go Gordon Soley on it. Double leg takedown, a move he will have learned from his MMA-trained tag team partner, Lee Masters. Sammy Nix, we're about a third of the way through the time limit for this match. And going back to the gut wrenches. And Matt Classic 2. Lee Masters and Sammy Nix had a hand in Junior's training. So they've got experience. They know what this kid is capable of. This match for a slot in the AWL Best 4. And going German again. He's going to stick with it. Yes, he is. He's been known to start from a German suplex and move to other variations. So that's why I keep asking that, because you never know what's going through the mind of Sammy Nix, the suplex master. He's just running at 1,000 miles per hour and a huge forearm. For anyone who thinks these specialists, like Sammy Nix, the suplex master, are one-trick ponies, no, they can do other things. They can strike. Sammy Nix, I argue, pound for pound, the strongest wrestler in the AWL. Not the biggest, but certainly one of the strongest. Tag made again, time for some technical perfection, and that's what has brought these teams to 6 tag team titles. You're seeing technical perfection, perfect synchronization. Kaboom! And that is going to be all. Unless Daddy can come in and save the day. 1, 2, no! Matt Classic 2 kicking out of his own volition. Whip into the corner. We can see a tag Kogeki. Yes, we are. Father and son. What are they doing here? Running. Big boot right to the forehead. As the AWL Grand Champion now back in the ring legally. Alongside Lee Masters. The mixed martial artist originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, now residing in Las Vegas, Nevada. When he's not here, he's just a jet setter. He's here in the GTA in Toronto for Strong and Free. He's going to be over in Japan for AWL Hontai on Monday, defending the British Openweight champion. He was in Britain not that long ago when he won the belt. So that's going to be... This guy's... I would love to... I envy him his frequent flyer miles. And there's the multiple stomps, the blind tags. The fans may not like it, but this is completely legal. This is within the referee's 5 count. Mr. Baba Ganoush of the famous Baba Ganoush wrestling family can't be bothered to make up a first name for him right now. Showing the proper deference here. And into the cover on the Grand Champion. 1, 2, and good defense by Lee Masters, sending Junior right back onto the corner where he belongs. Unfortunately, it was not enough for that final and fatal 3 count to be registered. Kick to the midsection. Going back, and German! He's Satsuwaza's going back to the Germans. I think it was like the 8, 9, 10. No, probably it's got to be like the 12th or 15th suplex he's done. Ooh! And a spinning double heel kick. A very difficult maneuver to pull off. And the claw, the classic claw, also a difficult maneuver. A move he taught to Fritz von Erich once upon a time, and Fritz never quite got right. But the classic claw applied, and this could mean double championships for father and son if Matt Classic Sr. can survive the challenge of Project Tetsu. 1, 2, a giant, at least 7'5", metal monster, a cyborg created by a mad scientist, Dr. Jigoku, awaits the Grand Champion at Champions Week. And look at this, Matt Classic 2 on the outside getting some joint manipulation practice from Lee Masters. I don't think his father noticed it. Kick to the stomach. And, oh, lariat.
10 minutes have elapsed. 5 remain.
Now remember, in the event of a time limit draw, neither of these teams will be added to the AWL Best Four. I'm not entirely sure what happens in that case, so let us all cross our fingers and hope that we get a satisfactory conclusion to this contest. About 4 minutes now. 4 minutes 30. And boom! Double leg takedown by Sammy Nix. Sammy Nix looking for something going back. Never let Sammy Nix stand behind you. That is a very big mistake. And yet, he's just dancing with what brought him. He seems to be dedicated to the Germans tonight. We're not seeing the variety we usually see out of the Suplex Master. Is that going to be a mistake? Is that going to be a strategic error? I don't know. And German again. And now he's mixing it up, going for the Dragon. If he goes for the X-Plex, this is what he calls... Yes, he is. He calls it the Chimera-Plex, the three-headed monster. Chimera-Plex into the cover on his old sensei. 2, 3, and that's it! Sammy Nix has pinned the Grand Champion, and Sammy Nix has put his team into the Best Four. Could they break their own record, a 7th tag team title run?
Here are your winners, the New Classics.
I don't know, but I'm looking forward to finding out. And there you see the updated AWL Best Four for the tag team division, split evenly between Hontai and Strong and Free. Wyvern and Tanuki will make their challenge next week as part of our Champions Week mid-season celebration here in the Animated Wrestling League. Coming up, we continue in our tag team division. It's Solar Wings versus the Augments in a preview of the Canadian National Championship match to take place next week at Champions Week. And here comes the champion and his partner, looking to improve their lot, shall we say, in the tag team division.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, the tag team combination of Raigonodeshi, Eruption, Salon, and the reigning Animated Wrestling League Canadian National Champion, Rock. Together they are Solo Wing.
Well, I don't really speak Spanish, but I'm pretty sure that roughly translates as my friend isn't afraid of a dead robot, which is exactly what he's going to be facing, because the Canadian National Champion in his first title defense will be going up against the modern-day Frankenstein, a wrestler who was killed in the ring and brought back to life by the mad science of this man that you are about to see, Dr. Jigoku. And this is your official preview tag team match of the title bout to take place next week. They will see Jigoku destroy the field commander of the Augments, leading the charge.
Opponents making their way from the laboratory, being led by their creator, Dr. Jigoku. The tag team combination of the modern-day Frankenstein, Project Z, and Jigoku Destroy. Together they are the Augments.
Formerly known as Jack Breakdown Butcher from Darwin, Australia. He was literally broken down in the ring, most of his body replaced with machinery. And now that man is his commander, if you will, his creator, rendering Butcher one of the bastardizations of the mad sciences, as I so often say. Yeah, he's not a nice man, and he's a little bit of a social Darwinist, shall we say? Though, at least even he would understand that's not what Darwinism actually is. Also because it isn't an ism. Alright, we've got Eruption Solar and former AWL Grand Champion Jigoku Destroy in the ring, and oh, missed with the big boot! But the first strike goes to Jigoku Destroy, as does the first toss. The suplex toss, big tachi, we call that here in the AWL, term we've appropriated from sumo. Look at this deadlift Liger Bomb. A deadlift sit-out power bomb by Jigoku Destroy, absolutely dominating the solar flare of Lucha Libre, Eruption Solar, a former AWL World's Tag Team Champion, with a couple different partners, actually, and going for the vertical sup. No. He's not going to try to suplex Jigoku Destroy. That's not going to work. But he might want to tag in his partner here. But no, collar and elbow. And oh, wait a minute. Right back up to his feet. And something, dog in the fight in the dog, whatever. But Eruption Solar, you're never going to... Whoa, guillotine leg drop. That's how you hurt a man so much bigger and stronger than you. You make every ounce count. Ooh. Just wrenching on the arm, trying to take it out of the socket. That's a ball and socket joint. And building the Romero special, the move bequeathed to him by one of his trainers, the great Jushin Thunder Liger. We call him Raigan Odeshi Eruption Solar, because he was a disciple, a student of Liger during the last year of his active career. And now Dr. Jigoku distracting the referee on the outside, allowing the former Grand Champion to take advantage, and the original AWL Canadian National Champion, Jigoku Destroy. Whip into the corner. Tag made to a former Intercontinental Champion. Project Z double back elbows. And you can see once that rebreather, once that helmet that feeds the life-giving nutrients into the life-sustaining, the unlife-sustaining nutrients into Project Z is removed, you see what he looks like now. That used to be a human being, a beautiful running, sliding Hurricane Rana from Eruption Solar. And I'm having trouble keeping up with this, to be honest. And of course, our main event tonight, we have got our Golden Trio match with the Joshi division. The champions versus the challengers. It's the go-home show to Champions Week, so naturally, that's how we're going to end it. And hang on a second, what's going on here? Okay, so I'm getting something through my headset here. You're kidding. Okay, something's happening backstage. Security cameras have caught apparently a fight breaking out backstage. We will take you to that at the conclusion of this match, I'm being told. Naturally, of course it is. It looks like the Grand Champion, Matt Classic Senior, was on his way back to the locker room, and he's been attacked by his opponent for next week, Project Tetsu 3.0 of the Augments, conspicuous by his absence at ringside. Now we know why. And a diving tag made to the Rock, T-H-E-R-O-C, note the spelling, fighting out of the tails of Sinbad. Yeah, we will bring you that brawl as soon as this match is over. Spine Buster by The Rock to his challenger next week as Dr. Jigoku slips the chair into the ring. 1, 2, the referee sees him. He's got to focus on the cover while trying to maintain order. 2 in, 2 out. And the referee, he's got his foot on it. He sees the chair. He's blocking it right now with his leg. Irish whip into the corner, tag made, tag Kogeki opportunity, and I love this. Broken wings, falling, Eruption Solar dropping down into the cover. 1, no, broken up by Jigoku Destroy, and another attempt. Look at that, brilliant wrestling by Eruption Solar, who accidentally hits his own partner. I take that back. Brilliant move going right back for a second cover and then accidentally hits his own partner. But this gives him the opportunity to build right back. The Romero special. We've seen him win matches with this. And this is the challenger for the Canadian National Championship, losing to the partner. Verbally submitting, and Dr. Jigoku not happy with that on the outside. And that makes me happy on the inside. And look at that beautiful Hurricane Rana and the Spine Buster from the champion. These two will face off at Champions Week one-on-one for the Canadian national title. But in the end, look at this. Beautiful, beautiful tag team maneuver.
Here are your winners, Solar.
I can't really translate that, but roughly, I think that was something about shove your leash. Never mind, moving on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we do have that footage from the backstage area now. We are going to take you to that moment. Do we have it? Okay, this was during the match you just saw. Project Tetsu 3.0 attacking the Grand Champion. And the match has already been signed. It has been promoted. I don't think the AWL Commissioner is going to cancel the match. I'm pretty sure Matt Classic wouldn't want him to. But there will be a hefty fine levied against Dr. Jigoku, but with his incredible superhuman grant writing abilities, I don't think it's going to be that much of a deterrent for him. And, oh! And this is our, I apologize for the quality of this footage. This is our security cameras in the back. We have upgraded them over the years. They used to be black and white, sort of GTV style. But now this extremely expensive equipment backstage being brutalized by the bodies of these combatants. Matt Classic still dressed to compete. On his way back, remember, he just wrestled a match and actually just got pinned by Sammy Nix. And that's going to be an issue going forward with the Grand Championship picture. But they're right out there by the, I think by the parking garage here at the AWL Battle Zone. A couple of our spare crowd barricades there. And these two will fight with the AWL Grand Championship on the line. And Matt Classic, not a street fighter. Oh no. Oh! But he can fight dirty when he has to, apparently. But he will resort to wrestling moves. Oh, like a neck breaker, and he just dropped himself onto the concrete. I walk back there every day. This is not a wrestling mat. It's not a trampoline like a lot of people think. But it is designed to take falls. Uh-oh, the metal storage cart there. Oh, into the equipment boxes. Our production equipment. Headbutt return. Ladies and gentlemen, we did, again, this has already happened. This is not a live shot. We've got the AWL security team tried to break this up. They did not succeed, but we were able to eventually calm this down. And, okay, yeah, this explains what our security team saw. Subite Jigoku Hakase no Tame ni, all for Dr. Jigoku. Choke slam. Well, the show must go on. Main event time. A live shot from the AWL Battle Zone now. And the Joshi champions.
The following trios contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is your main event of the evening. Introducing first, the tag team combination of Spring Tiger and Usa-chan. They are the reigning Animated Wrestling League Joshi Tag Team Champions, Tiger and Bunny.
Now the tag team champions, who are technically drafted to different brands. Spring Tiger here in Strong and Free, Usa-chan in AWL Hontai, will be defending the title that keeps them together against two of the wrestlers they will face in this match. Our other women's match.
And their partner, making her way to the ring from Veracruz, Mexico. She is the reigning Animated Wrestling League Joshi Champion. Waiting for the pyro.
That's good.
There it is.
Yep.
Lupe, Peligro. Together they are the Golden Trio.
The Golden Trio of the red leather, ladies and gentlemen. Lupe, Peligro, Usa-chan, and Spring Tiger, 3 very different wrestlers from 3 very different wrestling backgrounds and 3 very different parts of the multiverse, brought together by common success. A signature red leather of the Joshi division, holding the gold that signifies championship status here in the Animated Wrestling League. Lupe Peligro, of course, will be defending her title at Champions Week. All titles must be defended, that is AWL policy. And she will be defending it against the largest athlete in the Joshi division. So definitely a David versus Goliath situation. And the singles challenger coming out first, it appears.
And their opponents, introducing first. Again, I will wait for the pyro.
Thank you, that's so considerate of you.
Making her way to the ring from the island of Themyscira, the modern-day Amazon, Athena Jane.
One half of the modern-day Warriors tag team, however, in this situation, 1-on-1 will be her match at Champions Week for the Joshi title. Athena Jane has been in the AWL Joshi division since its inception, a holdover from Global Wrestling Monopoly, believe it or not. But she has never actually held a title, singles or tag, in the Animated Wrestling League, despite being, I believe, the final Global Wrestling Monopoly Divas champion. And here come the monsters. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the monsters have arrived in the GTA. Yes, that was a Twilight Zone reference. Get off my back.
And her partners, making their way to the ring from the realm of the Yorkshire, the tag team combination of Neko Musume and together they are Monster Union!
These two have been waiting for their tag team title shot for quite a while. I believe actually since last season. Looking at the win-loss records right now, the Unholy Alliance 1-1, but they are still one of the top teams in the Joshi division. We need to do more tag team matches for the women. I know. We're working on it. In fact, I think the AWL commissioner should probably commission a I think a Joshi four-way eliminator. Get some points on the board here. Alright, as Usa-chan, not often you see a rabbit stand up to a cat and a wolf, but you're going to see that in this match. Viva Monster Union, usually it's Hibitsky who makes that declaration on the men's side. But Neko Musume, ever the agile, well-controlled, beautiful cat girl, ready to do some damage here. And we're going to have some feline-on-feline action? Not yet, but that could happen. We could have Tiger versus Kitty Cat right here, right now. And, oh, duck under the clothesline. Into a Tiger flip by Spring Tiger. Great start, great tachi for the Golden Trio. And that's, I think, is why Athena Jane has never held a title here in the AWL. Is that, well, first of all, title shots don't come around every day. But second, that she keeps relying on her strength and power advantage when there are a lot of wrestlers here in the AWL who are specifically trained to counter things like that. Spring Tiger, classically trained in the Tiger's Cave, knowing how to deal with bigger opponents. She knows how to work a limb. She knows how to use her momentum to her advantage. One of the few women to actually graduate from the Tiger's Cave training system. And that was, of course, before the foundation of the Unified School of the Tiger Style. Whip into the corner and out. Spring Tiger actually doing a great job controlling the #1 contender to the Joshi Championship. Oh, and a back heel kick right to the incredibly toned abs of Athena Jane. Step on me, mommy. Ooh, And now, look at this, holding on to the wrist control and using the momentum of her opponent against her to get those knee strikes in, followed up by the Russian leg sweep. Smart, smart, smart by Athena Jane. To Athena Jane by Spring Tiger. We may not even need a tag here, but we're going to probably... Wait a minute, what is it? Oh! Thought there was going to be a tag opportunity there. Not so much. As Athena Jane retaking control of the contest. A couple of minutes in now. Kick to the midsection. This is your main event of the evening. And wait a minute, going to the sleeper hold. Sleeper hold locked in. And again, the fact that she is smaller, that she does have that sort of drag down effect. That's actually giving gravity helping Spring Tiger with that hold across the carotid arteries of Athena Jane. Just wasn't enough to put her away this early in the bout. And ladies and gentlemen, I have just had confirmation in my earpiece that yes, a $5,000 Canadian dollar, $5,000 fine has been levied against Dr. Jigoku for that attack on Matt Classic Senior that you saw backstage a few moments ago. Senior is being seen to by our medical professionals, by our AWL medical team. And, Tartarusian choke slam to Spring Tiger, but she manages to roll through it. And that's going to hurt with the adrenaline keeping her on her feet, at least for a moment. Matt Classic Senior has insisted that the match next week go ahead. And that's going to happen. So it will be Matt Classic Senior of his own volition versus Project Tetsu 3.0 for the Grand Championship next week. And there's, stereophonic spin kicks by the team of the Monster Union Unholy Alliance. Cats and dogs wrestling together. Mass hysteria. It's unholy. And now going for a brutalizer. Or a Rings of Saturn, or Rings of Transylvania, perhaps, from the Transylvanian lycanthrope Wild Thing. Don't ask where the tails go, by the way. For some reason, I can't use the tails in-game anymore. And wait a minute, that's a cover, technically. Egotistical cover by the challenger to the tag team titles. Ooh, and just stalking her prey, going for it full force, is Wild Thing. Wild Thing, hang on, cover here, one. Broken up, and the referee goes down as well, but broken up by Usa-chan. I will point out, Wild Thing and Nekomusume, Monster Union's Unholy Alliance, they are former AWL Joshi Tag Team Champions, and they did it with this, ladies and gentlemen, the Lycanthro-Bomb! Into the cover, 1, 2, 3, and that is it! Wild Thing, Nekomusume, and Athena Jane, the challengers, defeating the Golden Trio, that Tartarusian chokeslam. And I don't think Lupe Peligro was ever legal in this match. In fact, I'm not entirely sure was there ever a tag? I don't think there was a tag on the Golden Trio side. The Golden Tiger taking the loss for their entire team. Perhaps that was a strategy, keeping the champions fresh going into Champions Week. I don't know. But the challengers victorious tonight.
Here are your winners, Monster Union and Athena Jane.
Matt Classic defends the Grand Championship against Project Tetsu 3.0. Project Z faces The Rock for the Canadian National title. You just saw the 2 Joshi Championship matches. That's only one half of Championship Week. We still have an episode of Hontai between now and then. I'll see you there. But for right now, AWL Strong and Free Episode 9, Korede! Kimarida!